All right, guys, quick update on the Nova. It's been a few days. I put the old deck lid back on. I think I'm going to go with it and just make rust repairs. But I wanted to check my panel fitment before I go any further. You guys can see that gap's pretty good going through there. Tiny bit tight right there, but that's because I was pulling and tugging on this, and it have a little tack right there. So I can move that around when we put the new quarter on. Over here on this side, I just have the new quarter panel laying on there. I wanted to check fitment. It's going to fit pretty good. I do have to do a little bit of work. You guys can see right there, that gap's going to be real good. We're all into where we're supposed to be down here. We're lining up pretty good through here, and right there is perfect. Everything's looking really nice. Over here, our homemade bracket's going to work great. It's going to weld right down to that like it's supposed to. And then this other piece will come into that, and then our roof goes on top of that. So that looks good. It does need some work down the bottom. It does fit inside the wheel tubs, but you can see how it's popped out a little bit. Like the first inch, I'm going to have to trim back a little bit because it hits the wall of the rocker on the inside. So we're not going to force anything. We don't want to put no buckles on it. That's just laying it in there. All right, let me pull this off and show you where we're really at. Okay, guys, I took this Eastwood rust converter I got, and I brushed it on all the bracket area that had the surface rust on it. It goes on milky white, turns almost a fountain pen blue, then it goes to black when it's cured. I put one coat on. It took 20 minutes to dry, and then you put a second coat on. Now they tell me to wait 48 hours, and I'll put any kind of paint I have on everything except the weld areas. We'll tape those off, and then we'll paint those with our weld through primer right before we're ready to put on the quarter panel. But we got a ton of prep work on that quarter panel over there. We got to sand the inside and put some kind of protective coat in there, and there's a lot of glue from tape that we got to get off. So I'll spend a day or two just getting that quarter panel cleaned up. I put some seam seal down through there, you guys can see, from the rocker to our patch panel. Then I seam sealed where we had that weld where we put that in. All right, so I'm letting all that dry, and then we'll hit it with whatever paint we got. That's where I'm at, guys. I'll let you know as we make movements on this thing and get going again. All right, take care, everybody.